is about to go. And then I will hit record. So we've got the backup and get the encoders up and kick your intro.
Wow, I feel like I told
everybody. This is Ted DiBiase, man. And if you want to get your money's worth, stay right here because you're listening to Knockouts and Three Counts. And remember, everybody's got a price.
This is Don West here, and I'm telling you, Knockouts and Three Counts is the podcast, baby. Make sure that's the one you check out, because, buddy, like me, they're the real deal, baby.
This is Jake the Snake Roberts. Just letting you know, you need to listen to Knockouts and Three Counts, or you see that damn snake again.
This is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy. And you're listening to Knockouts and Three Counts.
What up, though, everybody? This is Kyle, and you are listening to Knockouts and Three Counts. Before we get started, we're going to need you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, which it'll be up after this airs live on Facebook, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss any of our content. We've got a return guest tonight, but somebody we're excited to have back on the show. So before we get to our very special guest, Dev, throw out your social media real quick.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can find me on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. That's one word. Make sure you check out the Reality Era news page on Facebook where we talk all kinds of wrestling. And hey, if you're an NFL fan, make sure you guys come back to this channel on Thursday. We're going to be doing a live NFL draft show. During the draft, you can have us on and listen to us talk about the Detroit Lions and how they're going to screw this pickup while you watch the draft on ESPN or NFL Network. So just follow this same page and you'll be able to check it out this Thursday starting at 8 o'clock.
Oh, my God, he's got the mask on now.
Hey, man, I got to be safe in these Corona streets, man.
Hey, man, I feel you because before I get anywhere, man, shout out to my supervisor, Art, man, rest in peace to him. We just found out about his passing this morning from it, so it's definitely no joke. But without any further ado, we've got the return of the American Kaiju. Lindsay Snow, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
Not too bad, just trying to not catch the Rona right now.
Right. Trying to stay healthy.
I'm a little bit. I'm a little sluggish right now. I don't know what day it is. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. I think there's a purple cat that's been running around my house the past 3 days, trying to get me to, ride this spaceship to a rainbow that has gumdrops in it. And every day I'm starting to think about going with him. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep it together, pretty much.
To be fair, though, I don't think anybody really knows what day it is right now.
It's every day is Wednesday right now. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
So the question is, how are you spending your quarantine right now? Like, first and foremost.
Oh, man. Well, I've been spending a lot of time with my parents. I've been spending a lot of time making art and just, trying to get ready for, whenever we get back. So that way I can drop a whole bunch of new stuff and new merch ideas. I got some tea that I was working with the company that I developed my coffee with. And so I'm about to drop some new tea. So just, trying to stay busy.
Hey, that's all we're trying to do here too. Cause it's like, we're in the same boat. We're used to being in the studio all the time to do these, like the last time we had you on. And it's like trying to do this from home, trying to figure out all the different stuff and find different ways to keep yourself busy. But it's like, man, I don't know about you, Devin, and I know you don't play the video games, but for me, man, I've just been stuck playing a whole shit ton of Call of Duty Warzone right now. And Devin has been drinking a lot of your Kaiju coffee.
Nice.
Which I'm currently have a cup of right now. Hold on, let me take a quick sip. Now, Lindsay, let me tell you that I told you this on Instagram, and I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up your ass. This is probably the best coffee I've ever had. I'm not the biggest coffee drinker, but you're a guest of the show, so I'm like, let me try it out, man. Let's see what it is. No, this stuff is really, really good. I don't know what's in there, like fairy dust or whatever, but it's delicious.
It's magic. It's basically magic. No, there's crunchy cinnamon. There's lion's mane, mushroom.
So how did this come about? Like we know you do jiu-jitsu, professional wrestling, tattoos, now coffee. How did this come about?
Just got a hand in everything. I started going to this coffee shop that was like right by my house in Zephyr Hills, and like I would go there every day, and the guys that own the shop, they're there, every day because it's like a mom and pop type deal. So, the guys that own it work there, and it's called the Coffee Exchange, the Hemp Coffee Exchange. So it's out there in Zephyr Hills, and I kept going in there, and eventually they're like, hey, we have like these ideas we'd like to work with you on, and that's how Kaiju Coffee was born.
So if people want to try it out, where can they go to get it? They contact you, or can they contact the Coffee Exchange?
Yeah, you can just hit me up on Instagram or on Twitter. On Instagram or Twitter at Kaiju Powerrr, and just shoot me a message, tell me that you want some. And it's a $25 ship, and the tea is $10 ship.
Yeah, I'll definitely be getting the tea next. I gotta try that out too.
Nice.
Hey Dev, you just got a tea in the mail the other day, didn't you?
What's that?
I said you just got a tea in the mail the other day, didn't you?
Oh, yes, from past guest PCO, Mr. Monster Mania himself.
So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, he asked us to cut a promo. Probably yours are a shit ton better than ours, but flapping my gums on camera might not be my strong suit. So, in addition to your coffee, we know you've been busy in other areas as well. So we saw right before we went into all this, we saw a couple pictures that you're making your debut for NWA. So tell us a little bit about that. How did that come to be? And what are your thoughts on being with a company like NWA?
Well, I can't really talk about it yet because it hasn't aired.
Yeah.
But it was a really great opportunity. I'm really thankful for it. I would love to be there, full time. I've had so many crazy things happen to me this year. It's insane. Right before this all happened, Ring of Honor announced that they were going to bring me in for their tournament, their ladies tournament. And I'm just like, oh no, why did the coronavirus have to happen right now?
Right.
But all the opportunities have definitely been a blessing this year. And it's just about being at the right place and the right time, and working hard to get to be at the right place at the right time, I guess,
I mean, it's like the old saying goes, hard work, opportunity meets hard work in a lot of ways. I just thought when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's so dope. Like you're over here, you're hitting like so many different ranges of, shows. When you talk about the last time we brought you on, we saw you at, at Shine, and then, it was Shine. And then the next thing you're on Bloodsport. Now you're going to NWA. It's cool to see how you're able to just switch from like one different spot to the next, because they're all kind of a different feel to them. Is there any, like, when you go to different places, does it make you work any different or anything, like a different feel to it? Do you notice the differences in each different one?
I definitely notice a difference because they're all, it's all different. They all want different things from you, and I just like having the opportunity to be able to show up and then kill whatever opportunity is in my way, like whatever is standing there in front of me. I want to go there and I want to do like the best that I can do. Like, I don't really like half step anything, so all these different opportunities just give me a way to show my versatility,
Hey, and that was what I was getting at. That's definitely a different run. So then my next question for you is, obviously you did the last Bloodsport, it didn't go quite the way you wanted it to. when we were going into Mania weekend before all this stuff went down, you know, are you up and down for another you know, blood sport? And what were your thoughts on your first run at it?
Hell yeah. Of course I want to do blood sport again. Are you kidding me? That was the best opportunity ever. And like I got to fight Sumi. So like that was just an honor in its own. And you know, it might not have gone the way that I wanted it to, but that's not gonna stop me from training hard and showing up and showing out, you know. That's my job.
Dev, what you got? I see you over there. You was ready to go.
Well, yeah, we were just talking about Mania Week. I've been in contact with you to set something up so that I can get my tattoo finally done, but because of Corona, that's not going to happen. But as far as like Mania Week, what did you have on tap for Mania Week that we all missed out on?
Man, I had like 4 or 5 shows lined up, and it was definitely going to be like a really fun Mania week. But on top of all the shows that I had a bunch of tattoos to make, and none of it got to happen. So, you know, maybe next year it'll be a different story. But this year I kind of just want to forget about. It's kind of sad.
Well, we'll definitely make it happen one day. I'm definitely getting a tattoo. It's going to happen. We'll figure it out.
Well, you know where to find me.
That we do. So last time we had you on the show, we got down the wormhole of Florida Man. So the question is, now that Florida Man has had to meet the coronavirus, his shit got even crazier out there in Florida.
And they always want to paint Florida like we're some idiots. That's how it always is. But I mean, like, granted, like a bunch of the crazy stuff that does happen in Florida, it's people that aren't from Florida that are doing it. It just happens in Florida, you know. But like I said, we're all one bad decision away from being the Florida Man. So
that may be my favorite quote from any guest we've ever had on this show. We're all one bad mistake from being Florida Man.
It's the truth though, dude. Like everybody's got at least that one story where you do go out and you do some dumb shit or some random stuff happens and you're just like, I don't know how it happened. It just sometimes it be like that. So I gotta ask, so with you you know, doing your thing with jiu-jitsu and MMA as well, I gotta get your take. What are your thoughts on the supposed Fight Island, and have you gotten to keep up with anything like BJJ or MMA related in any of your training at home during the pandemic?
Yeah, you can't really like go to the gym or anything like that because the whole, you know, less than 50 people. For a while it was like less than 10 people, and it was pretty heavily policed, so kind of difficult to get the good weightlifting training in. But I got a Bowflex at home and got some yoga mats, some DDP yoga mats. So I've been chilling, doing like body weight stuff, but yeah, not really hitting the weights as hard as I'd like to right now, especially with all this free time that I have on my hands. I'm just like, oh man. But yeah, haven't really done much of that. But I did get into a new jiu-jitsu gym up here, so looking forward to starting that as soon as
where are you going to be training?
Over and we can go back to normal. At Powerrr with Luis Powerrr.
Nice.
Pedro Powerrr.
Nice. I you know, it was funny. We were and it's perfect segue. So we're talking about jiu-jitsu. Next week, you definitely will have to check this out. So one of my coaches out here in Michigan actually trained with Zoltan from Five Finger Death Punch. So we're going to be bringing him on next week to talk jiu-jitsu of all things, but the applicability of it, you know, in all kinds of different lifestyles. My question for you is, like, with you training jiu-jitsu and being, you know, in pro wrestling and things of that nature, like how much do how do you feel that benefits, you know, your training for wrestling? And like, do you think it's something that more people in wrestling should adapt?
I mean, I feel like they definitely should train because, you know, pro wrestling came from catch wrestling. So I feel like they go hand in hand. you should know what you're doing, like what move you're actually putting on someone, you know, how it's legitimately supposed to work. I feel like that they go hand in hand, and one tool sharpens the other, you know.
Totally understandable. Dev, what do you got? I see you over it. I seen you was about to ask something when I went into that one.
Right. Well, one question that I want to ask you as a professional wrestler, we're in a weird time right now as fans because we have wrestling events going on with no fans there. So it's weird for us watching it. But as a professional wrestler, do you have any experiences wrestling in an empty arena or wrestling in front of no fans? And can you tell us, what's that? What is that like? How do you deal with that?
I mean, I haven't wrestled in any empty arenas, but like, you know, in practice, we would wrestle in front of like small groups of us, you know, and it's kind of weird. You know, then you have like custom matches, which are even stranger, you know, but no, I've never done empty arena stuff. I think that's like a whole new level, you know, like it's like doing the Lucha Underground stuff, but without the audience, you know. If we could get it to like that level of like production and everything to where it's like a movie pretty much, then I don't really think that the empty arena thing is going to matter.
Well, after this whole pandemic, dies down, hopefully we'll be able to get back to some resemblance of normal. But for someone that's in the business, like, what do you see the wrestling business going after all of this coronavirus kind of dies down a little bit?
I think that traveling is going to be a lot more difficult now, like flying. I think that's going to be, you know, probably tightened up a little bit. Yeah, man, I don't know. We're definitely going to walk back into a different world, I feel like, after this is all over and done with, you know. I feel like there's going to be a lot more precautions taken, and who knows, really. I guess we're all just going to have to sit around and wait for it to happen.
Yeah, I agree, because I think everybody's in the same boat. We're all just trying to figure out what our new normal is going to be. So we'll see. Hopefully everything works out for you and fellow wrestlers, because we love it. And it's kind of weird right now not being able to go to wrestling shows and support, not being able to go to WrestleMania. It's a weird time right now.
It's so strange. It really is. It's surreal. I feel like every day, like there's another day of quarantine. I feel like I'm in a movie.
So my question, what were you going to say, Deb?
No, I said, go ahead, man.
So my question for you off of that is like, you know, we talked about how it's going to be different, like after quarantine and things like that. We tweeted out a picture earlier of the last time you were here for Shine Wrestling, and we got the link up for a little bit. For you getting to wrestle all these different places and still doing your thing on the indies and all that, like, what's that mean for you when you got people hitting you up like they did on Twitter like that, talking about the impact that you're making on people's kids and things like that? I've seen a lot of that on some of your posts, the people, you know, like the people that you get to reach out to during these indie shows and stuff like that. I just saw that today and just thought that was something pretty cool. Like, what does that connection with your fans mean for you?
Oh man, that's like the hardest part about this whole thing is that like I don't get to see these people that I'm used to seeing, or like I don't get to hear their stories as much as I would if I was like on the road right now. And that's like the best part of my job. I just really enjoy being able to like be some kind of positivity in like other people's lives, you know, like especially people that like tell you, you know, like, hey, like my kid loves you, like thank you so much for, you know, making her day, like making her birthday special, you know, like I don't know, it makes you have like a good feeling inside. And yeah, that's probably like the saddest part about right now is that like I don't get to go travel and like I don't get to reach out to my fans as much as I would like to.
So how, with all this quarantine talk and all that stuff, how far have you gone into it? Are you doing the full blown gloves, mask, everything, or where are you at with it?
Oh man, if I go to the grocery store, then yeah, full blown everything. Not trying to get sick, not trying to do any of that.
totally respect it. So like we said in that picture, you know, last time we saw you was at Shine, you know, with you doing your thing with NWA now, are we still going to be able to see you at Shine and things like that, or
I guess we'll just have to see. Only time will tell, man.
I like it. Like I said, man, we've gotten we interviewed you last time you came in and like seen your work there. Like I said, I mean, we keep hearing more and more about it, and that's why we wanted to reach out again to bring you on. I know you've got places to be and things to do. So Deb, before we let you out of here, you got any other questions for our guest?
I got one last question. So you say whenever you go to the grocery store, you go out with a mask. Are you just walking around with a regular mask, or did you customize the mask yourself? What kind of artwork do you have on there?
Got some custom masks going for sure. Me and my boss, actually, he is like super talented, and he has like started like sewing and cutting out masks, and then I actually started using like this Cricut or Cricut vinyl cutter, and he's been making like Daruma masks and like all sorts of cool face mask parts to like iron on the fabric, you know. And like I've been doing my my track suits and like my entrance jackets with it.
So are you going to be selling these masks, or are these just for yourself?
No, I'm just trying to look, you know, the coolest in quarantine.
I mean, I think we got a business opportunity there, Lindsay. I mean, you're already a hustler. You got coffee and tea. I think you should sell masks too.
Yeah, but then like I can't have everybody with the hits, you know.
You gotta keep some things for yourself. I understand.
Right. Gotta give them something to look forward to.
Hey man, look, you've done a good job of keeping yourself, you know, doing your own thing and like having your own unique style. So I'm with you. The hell with it. Like I said, we appreciate you coming back on, and you know, we appreciate your time. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media one more time, and hopefully we're gonna get out of this soon enough, and we'll see you around here for Shine or Evolve or who knows, NWA.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep, y'all can find me at Kaiju Powerrr, KAIJUPOWER, on Twitter and on Instagram.
Yeah.
And man, as soon as this is all over and done with, I can't wait for life to go back to normal.
You and me both.
Ready.
Oh, and let the people know if you have anything else to plug, you know, like your coffee, your t-shirts, anything like that. Anything else that people can, you know, buy to help support Miss Kaiju.
Yeah, I have a pro wrestling tees store. You can find me on there, Lindsay Snow, the American Kaiju. And if you want to get some coffee, I've got some awesome coffee, and then got this new tea coming out. It's a black tea mixed with green tea, and it's got granulated honey in it. Pretty fire. Ooh. Just saying. I'll be posting about that probably tomorrow. So
yeah, I'll definitely DM you about that. We'll set that up.
Hell yeah, I got you guys.
Appreciate
it. Man, you already know where the support's coming from. Stay tuned to all our social media, and you'll see it as soon as she drops it. Definitely got to show some love for it. And Dev, you know, I'm not a coffee drinker, but the way you keep talking about this coffee, man, I might have to make my run at it next. And if you're looking for it, you can see it there in the screen. Dev's showing it to you.
Doing my best Vanna White impression right now.
Vanna White grew about like 3 feet, but
wow. but Lindsay, thanks again for joining us. I forgot to tell you this. I mean, I know you can't talk about it, but yeah, I was supposed to be in Atlanta this past weekend for a Crockett Cup, so I know you can't talk about it, but maybe we would have ran into each other then. I don't know, but we're definitely looking forward to seeing. Definitely looking forward to seeing what's coming up next for the American Kaiju.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. We appreciate you.
All right.
Hey, take it easy.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The American Kaiju people.
Hey, man. She's an interesting interview every time we have her on. Like I said, I mean, if you're not following her on social media, what are you doing?
But if you're tired of following people around and I messed up. I didn't do a good job. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll leave it up to you. You're the master of it, man.
I don't know where you were going with that one, so I don't really know how to.
I was trying to do the Stransky thing, but I'm not as good at it as you are.
And Company. See, now that I do know, and you should know too. If you need a new house, or you're getting tired of the house you're in, or you're sitting in here, we've all got time in houses, so you're sitting in here and like, damn, I'm tired of this house. Hey, they're even doing walkthroughs virtually. Hit up Stransky and Company. All their social media can be found at our website at ko3cpod.com, along with all of our past episodes. You can also find them at stranskyandcompany.com. Email them at admin@stranskyandcompany.com. Call them at 248-563-9449. And like I said, tell them Knockouts at 3 Count said you. And thanks to our sponsors at Stransky and Company, there could be some real cool new stuff to these videos that you could be seeing soon. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, smash the subscribe. You won't miss anything. Deb, so now that we've gotten the interview portion of the show out of the way, where do we go next? You want to talk about Fight Club? Fight Island? The UFC fight?
It's about Street Fighter or Mortal
Street Beefs. Yeah.
Hey, it's funny I mentioned Mortal Kombat. I got my Mortal Kombat mask on right now.
If you say finish, if you come out here with some finish him type shit, bro.
Hold on, let me go full mask. Hold on, here we go. Yeah.
Dog. So this is almost as bad as Tony with the coronavirus mask. What the fuck?
This is my mask, man. But yeah, man. So Dana White is a persistent son bitch. He's determined to make this fight happen. I'm still skeptical. I don't think it's going to happen. What about you?
I find it hard to believe that a fight's going to happen anywhere this is going to happen at this point, dude, really, because if California shut it down, what's to say that everywhere else they try to run this isn't going to try to shut it down? And the thing is, but at the same time, though, I can't lie to you. Selfishly, bro, we've been sitting here for how long, not watching no sports, no nothing. I can't even act like I wouldn't be happy to see a fight.
Okay, so here's the question. All right, it's two questions. One.
Hey, shout out to Corey and Joe subscribing on the channel. I see you out there.
But two questions. Question one. You've seen this card. Are you excited for this card? And do you think the casual MMA fan will be excited for this card?
Do I think the casual fan is going to be as excited about this fight as they would have for maybe, say, Tony versus Khabib? No. But at the same time, am I excited for this card? I mean, from what I see, it looks like a decent card, but it looks like they're having the same problem that everybody else is having, in that I just saw that Amanda Nunes backed out of the fight. I mean, for her to be backing out of the fight, I mean, that's There goes your co-main event. I mean,
yeah, Tony like three title fights on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not mad. And I saw Peter Yan say today that he thought the UFC running Dominic Cruz versus Cejudo hurts their credibility. To me, I don't agree with that. Dominic Cruz is a legend, so I don't have.
When's the last time Dominic Cruz fought?
Yeah, but he blew out his knee again, I believe. It's been a couple years. What up, though, Corey? I see you in there. Corey, you're in here. Give us your thoughts. What do you think on this fight card, bro?
So wait, the guy hasn't fought in a couple years, and then he gets a title shot.
Well, who else? I get the logic with that, but here's the other side of that. Who else do you give a title shot before him that Cejudo hasn't beat?
He got a whole division. So I mean, Cejudo hasn't ran through that whole division yet. He's not Mighty Mouse. But wait. But back to my other question. So the first question is, casual fans probably not too excited for it, and MMA fans are excited for it, right? So here's my next question. Are you going to pay $70 for this pay-per-view? And are casual fans going to pay $70 for this pay-per-view?
So with the current social distancing laws, I probably should keep what I would do for that fight on the low. But I'll be watching it, but I wouldn't be paying $70 straight up for it.
Okay. So that's
I don't mind throwing money on it, but is it a card that gets me enough to where I'm like, I'm gonna pay $70 for this fight? Not really.
Okay, so that gets to my point. If you, a guy that hosts a podcast about MMA, kind of iffy about paying $70
I would still be watching it though.
That's not what I asked. Don't get yourself in trouble. Answer the question I asked. But if you're not going to pay $70 for it, what makes you think the casual fan without like a Conor McGregor or a Ronda Rousey or a big name on this card is going to pay $70 for it? So that's my point is, if they want to do the right thing and really make money off of this, you need to put this on ESPN. That to me, that would be the smart thing to do.
I would love for them to do that too. I think that would be smart. I mean, they look, everybody can say what they want. Dana White watches what Vince does. Everybody in the big entertainment like that, I feel like they watch it to some degree because he has been like the kingpin to that to some degree. With that being said,
Vince McMahon is the king of pay-per-view, man.
Like, well, right, and that's my whole point.
No one has done more pay-per-views
than
him. So yeah, of course.
Don't think that Dana White didn't watch what happened with WrestleMania. You know, a shit ton of people didn't buy WrestleMania. So, you know that with people not buying WrestleMania like that, I think if there ever was a time that they would put a card of this caliber on an ESPN, now would be the good time to do it because you'd get people to watch it. I mean, hell, there's no sports. If you want a time to bring more people back to the UFC, here's the time to do it. You ain't got nothing else to watch.
So if he does do this pay-per-view, not on ESPN, he does pay-per-view, how many pay-per-views do you think he does? Because honestly, I don't think it gets over 300.
300,000?
Yeah, and I think more like maybe 225, 250. I don't think it gets over 3. If John Jones isn't selling $1 million, and he's one of the biggest fighters in the game, I don't see this card getting 300.
Dude, look, if it made 500,000, I'd be shocked.
5,000?
500,000, I said you said you'd be shocked if it made 3. I said if it makes 500,000, I'd be shocked.
Oh. So you think you're gonna do $500,000?
No. I'm saying if it made that, I'd be shocked. I said 3 is I'm saying 3 is pushing it.
Okay. So you kind of agree with my maybe 250?
Yeah, I would say probably somewhere 250 because there will be people that'll buy it, man. Because I mean, look, there ain't nothing else going on right now, bro. I mean, period. There's not anything else going on right now. But
but you also got to realize too is that everybody doesn't have disposable income like that right now, man. People laid off. They waiting on they Donald Trump bucks or whatever, and you're gonna spend $70 of that on a pay-per-view for a card that's falling apart. You need to put this on ESPN, man.
Hey, man, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like I said, Corey, I see you in here watching, man. I know you watch. That's where I'll probably be watching the fight. But if you got any thoughts on it, feel free to comment in here. Any of you guys that are watching, any thoughts on it, feel free to comment in here. With that being said, I know you were one of the guys who was a big John Jones guy. What are your thoughts on his comments to Anthony Smith?
So it's funny. I was just talking to Hyden about this. Hyden, former past guest of the show, and he's actually going to be on that Lions draft show with me on Thursday. So shout out to Hyden.
Hey, Hyden's finally making his return to podcast.
But yeah, I was just talking to him about this the other day, man, and I'm so done with John Jones, man. Just shut the fuck up, man. Just shut the fuck up. You have no credibility anymore. You just need to shut the fuck up and stop driving drunk. That's your goal right now. You know, stop doing cocaine, stop doing steroids. You know, be with your family, stop driving drunk, shut the fuck up.
So here's my thing. As someone that's had somebody break into my house before, like this man had somebody break into his house, and you're talking about, man, if he broke into my house, he wouldn't have been leaving. Like, bro, like
it was so unnecessary, man.
Like there was no need for that. And clearly, if the guy was that big of a hoe, why would he have been fighting you in the cage in the first place? It just, I don't know. To me, it was super out of line. It didn't make any sense to me. I just felt like it was super unnecessary, especially with everything that John Jones has got going on. Like you said, I mean, do you really have any room to really be saying a whole lot of anything when it comes to what people do in their personal lives?
Dude, less than a month ago, you got busted for DUI again and having a weapon on you, man. You don't need to be talking about what anybody's doing, man. Shut the fuck up. It's that simple.
Yeah, I can't even argue it, man. It's can't even argue it, man.
Sorry, man. I had to get another cup of this Kaiju coffee, man. This shit is really.
I was about to ask. Dude. So, are you getting? Is it podcast juice or Kaiju coffee? See now, Lindsay, you have really converted this man over. We've went from podcast juice to Kaiju coffee. Oh shit!
Dude, I'm dead serious about this, man. I am not just saying this because she's a 2-time guest of the show. This shit is really fucking good, man. Like people, try it. Try it out when you get a chance. Wait, hold on. Kaiju coffee.
I had to have the slurp in there too. All right. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on how things are going to shake out for NWA going forward, man? Because I mean, them being
real quick before we transition from MMA, what do you think about people have been throwing this suggestion out there for a while? I kind of meant to bring this up to Lindsay, but you know she really couldn't talk too much about stuff. But wrestling has been deemed an essential business in the state of Florida, right?
Oh shit!
So the Performance Center is open. What if Mr. Dana Bartholomew White?
Why is it always Bartholomew?
That's my favorite fake middle name. Mr. Dana Bartholomew White calls Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon and says, "Hey, you got that nice Performance Center down there that happens to be open right now. I got this fight card I'm trying to put together. How about it?"
Oh, dude, that could totally happen. I mean, but for that matter, though, if that was really the case, Dana's got the UFC Apex.
Right. I would say the only thing I can see stopping is sports commissions. That's the only thing I can see stopping that. But I mean,
I would. Vince McMahon would not be opposed to making money, but I mean, with what all they've got going on, even trying to get Raw and SmackDown out of there, I don't really know if he'd go that route. But I mean, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Okay, I want to get your thoughts on that real quick. So, okay, what were you saying about NWA?
How do you think this affects them with them being a YouTube, a YouTube-based company where they're doing all their stuff off YouTube, with them having their little break, but it says that, Powerrr should be coming back within the next couple of weeks, and for somebody like Lindsay, who, it was scheduled for you to make your big Powerrr debut, and then all this shit happens.
Well, I just watched today's episode. It was new content. It was Camille making her in-ring debut. It was a good show. They basically told her story from when she got introduced with Nick Aldis when Aldis went up against Cody and Brandy. Basically, kind of going through the whole story of her in NWA. She made her in-ring debut and she actually spoke. Man, it was a really good episode. So they still have stuff in the can that they can trickle out. How they're going to go from here, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Florida is deemed wrestling a essential business. They could go to a studio in Florida and still film matches. But basically, all their plans were screwed. Like I told Lindsay, I was supposed to be in Atlanta this past Sunday for the Crockett Cup, man. And basically, everything that they had filmed up until this point was geared towards that. So they basically had to scrap everything and just air whatever they could at this time. So I'm
Right.
looking forward to seeing where they go from here.
So I think they'll be able to come back strong, but do you think that this damages their storylines at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. Basically their last 2 months of programming was they had to scrap it. But now they know what I guess you would say the new normal is. They can go from here and figure out a different plan of attack. They can now know that, hey, we're not going to be able to wrestle in front of fans. We're not going to be able to have gear up towards the pay-per-view, or if we do, we have to do it completely differently now. I think now that they understand the situation, they can pivot from here. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they go from here, man. Sort of like AEW. Double or Nothing was officially been not canceled, but as far as being in Vegas, that idea has been canceled, but they're still going to do the pay-per-view. So they're probably going to end up doing a tape show or a live show in the empty arena. I could see NWA doing something similar.
Do you think that hurts AEW for the pay-per-view buys though for Double or Nothing?
The coronavirus hurts everything right now, man. It's just it hurts everything.
Well, right, but I'm saying, do you think in the same way we were just talking about the UFC, like how many pay-per-view buys do you think they'll do? Do you think NWA would still do good pay-per-view buys with the way things are?
Well, okay, put it like this. The criticism for me with UFC is the fact that, number one, it's $70, and two, it's not really a big name match that casual fans would want to see. With AEW, wrestling fans are different, man. If you're an AEW fan, you're probably going to order this regardless. But the one thing that I think really hurts AEW is the fact that there's no live crowds. With them, man, I think live crowds is probably one of the big things that makes them what they are. Watching that crowd makes you want to be a part of that. Like, man, this is exciting. Look at that crowd going crazy. With that being gone right now, man, I don't know how it turns out. So hopefully it doesn't hurt their pay-per-view buys. But yeah, all wrestling companies are being hurt right now with this coronavirus going on. So I would imagine it would hurt their pay-per-view somehow. Hopefully, wrestling fans, come together. But like I said too, you got to realize people don't have that disposable income like they did before because they're waiting on their checks and unemployment, like myself. So we'll see, man.
So last but not least, with us being a show that records on Tuesday nights, as you know, and anybody who doesn't know, there's a new episode of Dark Side of the Ring tonight on the death of Dino Bravo. With the first 3 episodes that we've seen, with the first 4 episodes, with the 2 episodes on Benoit, which were technically 1, you've got Brawl for All, and then you've got
it's been 4, hasn't it? It's been 4. It's what Benoit, New Jack, Brawl for All, and Jimmy Snuka so far, right?
Jimmy Snuka. Yeah, so technically there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 altogether. What are your thoughts on the season so far, and what are you looking forward to with the Dark Side of the Ring episode tonight?
Honestly, this is probably the one I've been looking forward to the most, other than Owen Hart. A lot of people, been saying, like, you've heard the Owen Hart story, but I think this is like one of the first times that Owen Hart's wife and kid are actually going to be talking in this one, so I'm looking forward to that. But Dino Bravo is probably the one I've been looking forward to the most because I've heard about the story of Dino Bravo, but I've never, it's one of the things you hear about, like, oh, he got killed in like a mob hit or something like that. But I never heard the whole story behind it. So I'm really looking forward to finding out a lot more about this, man. This is honestly one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Jimmy Snuka one was okay. New Jack was crazy. Brawl for All was one I was very interested in because when we had PCO on the show, I asked him about it. He was actually in it. I wanted to hear from someone that was actually a part of it.
Haven't watched it yet. The link for the PCO interview will be up in the top right-hand corner. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's episode. Probably when we get off of here, cook myself a little coronavirus dinner and sit here and watch that and go to sleep.
Coronavirus dinner? Whoa.
Yeah, these are all coronavirus dinners right now.
I don't know what that consists of, but I'll leave that to you.
It'll probably be just salmon and rice, some broccoli, something like that. Nice,
all right,
nice glass of Merlot.
So,
what are your thoughts on Dark Side of the Ring, man?
I'm a big fan of Dark Side of the Ring, man. I love the first season. I wish it would have been longer. That being said, the Jimmy Snuka one was hard to watch because I was like, when you start finding out more and more about it, I mean, I'd always heard stuff, but I was like, damn. Like, and then it was like the farther you got into it, you're just like, wow, man, like, yo, this is really this is crazy. And then the fact, and then the worst of it is then he died 10 days after trial.
Yeah, that I remember when he got sentenced, I'm like, I don't think that it really matters at this point because he was already he had like stomach cancer. His health was already failing him at that point. So I'm like, to me, I understand, the family wants closure, but I'm like, I don't think he's gonna, last long enough to go through the sentence.
And then for me, obviously the Benoit one was my favorite, but by far the most hard to watch because I'd heard things, but even this thing even uncovered stuff where I was like, damn, I didn't know that. Like that was, like finding out like the details that were involved into their deaths was crazy. The Dino Bravo one tonight, this one I'm intrigued by because, I mean, I've always heard that he died via, a mob style hit death, but
selling cigarettes, something like that.
Right, but the thing is, I just never. I mean, again, obviously that was long before my time, but watching it, it was like I just wouldn't have pegged him for that kind of deal. So I'm really interested to hear, what's going into that. But also for me, the one that I'm most looking forward to is definitely got to be the Owen Hart one as well. The Brawl for All was really cool because I like to hear the other sides of that, seeing that we've had PCO on the show with us. So right. I enjoyed that to kind of hear the other sides. But
real quick, man, I don't know if you noticed, but there's basically a podcast that comes out after each episode on Jim Ross's podcast feed. So if you follow Grill and JR, the guys that did all these episodes, they come on and they basically talk about each episode, and you learn a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that went into each episode, and nice little nuggets, man. So if you really want to dive a little deeper into it, get a little nerdy with it, make sure you check out Jim Ross's podcast feed, Listen to Conrad.
Well, since we're plugging the podcast that'll be out there for you to see tomorrow, why don't we tell them a little bit about what we've got for them in store next week? We've got something that ties into our demographics, I would say, but is something maybe a little different and out of the box. He's giving you a hint. That's right. We've got Zoltan from Five Finger Death Punch. We're going to be talking jiu-jitsu of all things. We talked about it with Lindsay Snow tonight. Zoltan actually is trained with one of my coaches, Angelo Popovsky, who was also a King of the Cage champion, all while being a high school teacher. Me, as many of you know, if you follow the show for any length of time, I found jiu-jitsu and MMA and boxing through my health and things like that. And it parlayed into me, seeing what you're watching right now. And then for him, we're going to get his thoughts on how he got into jiu-jitsu, how him and my coach met, why he chose jiu-jitsu and how that works out for them on the road. We'll talk about their new album F8 that just came out. Man, it's plenty of stuff to get into. Dev, I know you're not the biggest Five Finger Death Punch fan, but what are you looking forward to with that interview next week?
You know, I think more than anything, I'm looking forward to hearing how he uses jujitsu in his normal everyday life or being a rock star, man. Because you hear stories about people like Chris Jericho, man, you know, using DDP yoga, and he trains, does some MMA training to help himself stay in shape, and he said it helps him with being on stage in front of thousands of people. So yeah, I'm interested in hearing that from him, and also looking forward to hearing stories about you, man. Anytime we get to talk to somebody that knows you, I always got to find out like little
Well,
nuggets
all the
of
more
dirt that I
reason
can
for
get.
you guys to check it out. Devin's going to take his shot to try to embarrass me, which Angelo's probably got plenty of those because I've known Angelo for shit. I've known Angelo for probably 13, 14 years too. So it's been a long time. We're going to see how him and Zoltan met. Who like I said, for me this one's going to be a cool one. I've been a fan of Five Finger Death Punch for a while, and I'm sure there's plenty of our listeners that are too. So make sure you check out the show next week for that. And I don't know, Dev, I think we've kept the people long enough. Why don't you throw out your social media one more time and let people know where they can find you, and let them know about, the Devs 1205. We're going to be getting some more of those out as well.
Yeah, man. You can follow me on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can follow me on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. That's one word. Once again, join the Reality Era News group on Facebook, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel because we're going to be doing, like I said earlier, we're going to be doing a live draft show 8 to 10 on Thursday. So if you want to, listen to me, ramble on about the Detroit Lions and what mistakes they're about to make, make sure you follow this channel right here. It's going to be from 8 to 10. Oh, let me tell you the people that we have on here, man. So I mentioned that my boy Hyden, who we had on the show before, Hyden's going to be a part of it. My man Nate, who runs a Facebook group for the Detroit Lions, he's going to be a part of it. Past guest of the show, Mr. Chris Bonjour, who is the marketing or PR
Director of marketing for Evolve Wrestling, or
Director?
WWN Live, I should say.
WWN.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's what I said.
You said WWE. But our guest, okay. We'll run the tape back. But our guest, Miss Lindsay Snow, knows Chris very, very well. So we got him on the show as well. And guy that we've had on the show as well, Mr. Seth Johnson, or as I call him, Seth.
Oh my God, you're giving Seth a microphone. Good Lord.
Oh, this should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. So if you're a fan of the NFL draft, you're a Lions fan, or hey man, you just need something to do on Thursday, 8 to 10, right here on this exact same channel. I'll throw it up on all my personal pages and all that stuff too. Check us out, man.
Like I said, there's plenty of good stuff coming to you from Knockouts and Three Counts. You can, like I said, you can find us at KO3C Pod, Twitter and Instagram. Again, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Facebook, Knockouts and Three Counts on YouTube, you'll see all the in-person stuff that we do at all these shows, whether it be with Lindsay Snow or a Zicky Dice from NWA or whomever it may be at that time. You won't miss a thing if you're subscribed and following us on all our social medias. If you need a house, like I said, check out our friends at Stransky and Company. All the links to their stuff is at our website, ko3cpod.com. Check them out at theirs, stranskyandcompany.com. I know they're looking for a couple of realtors. With that being said, everybody stay safe. We're all going through this together.
The purple cat's talking to me again.
The purple cat is
Kyle,
talking.
The purple cat's talking to me again, and I think I'm losing it.
Well, 420 was yesterday, and Devin definitely partook.
I did not. I did not, man. I'm losing my mind, bro. I'm losing my mind.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Detroit Knockout, Detroit NOKOUT. Make sure you're following the show, like Dev said. Dev, let them know where they can find you, and we'll let them go.
Once again, Devin63 on Twitter, DEVINTHE63. All State No Sizzle on Instagram, one word, and Reality Era News Group on Facebook.
Why are you trying to jack the Shogun's deal with the mask, but your mask looks like pantyhose? I don't even know what to say.
I can't confirm or deny if these are pantyhose. These are not.
that could be a whole nother topic. But with that being said,
I look like the black guy from Nexus. I forgot his name. Who was it?
Michael Tarver.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Start us off, man. I'm sorry. Shut up, Purple Cat.
For me and Michael Tarver, peace.
That's my life.